Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Mm. Hey, we got a few minutes, so I'm just getting prepared, y'all. Just come on in, come on in. We're gonna get this figured out. I know I got 2 and 3 computers in here, so we got a few minutes. So just bear with me, bear with me. Y'all here, say hi. Y'all know I love it when y'all speak to me. Um, I never get this stuff right, y'all. I'm trying to get us logged on to Credit One, so there we go. I think I got it. I think I might have it. I'm trying to get us logged into Instagram so we can go live there as well. So just bear with me. It says we're live, so hopefully that's working. Um, But go ahead, like, subscribe, share, all of that information. I'm going to get started in just a few seconds. So we'll see. Bear with me just a second. Now, if you have questions, you can always post your questions. I will answer them just as quickly as I get through this, but bear with me. We got a couple minutes before we go live. Say hi to me. I see that there are people on. Make sure you speak. Let me know you can hear me. Thumbs up and all of that wonderful stuff. I don't think I'm going to need this other screen today except for it to text back. So there is no PowerPoint today. I know normally I do a PowerPoint, but there isn't one today because I got a lot going on and it's been one of those days. So hopefully y'all not have one of those days. Happy Tuesday! Yesterday was a holiday-ish, so some people didn't have to work like me. Like I'm some people, just so y'all know. And I'm really happy that I didn't have to work because I work all the time. And I'll just tell y'all, like, really secretly, I kind of did work yesterday. But not as much as I normally work. So that's always cool. So hopefully this thing is posting up and it's doing my thing. Y'all give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to give y'all a chance to go ahead and get in here. I finally got approved for this. Yay! Y'all know I get excited with y'all, so bear with me. Don't bear with me. Y'all get excited too. Get excited. Somebody got a Discover card, and y'all know I am a huge Discover fan. It's like one of those things that, in life, people love their American Express and their Capital Ones and their Chase, and I love Discover. Like it pays to Discover. Like that's my whole little thing in life because I remember Discover was one of the first credit cards that was like, I got you, boo. You've been doing good. I'm gonna give you something for all of that good. And they did well by me. And I don't know how many years it's been I've been with them. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I've been with them for a minute. And they're still doing right by me. They're still raising my limits. I still ain't paid no fees. Um, they're still offering more services and they keep kind of like bettering themselves. And so, that's my thing. When you do well, I do well, and I will promote you. I promote people who do good for consumers, and not just me. I've seen them do well with a lot of people who are establishing and or rebuilding credit. So that always makes me happy. Y'all bear with me because what is this? Facebook is giving me the flux right now. They're like taking twice as long to do stuff. So if this is your first time joining us, please say hi, say your name, tell me where you're from. Well, your name will pop up if you tell me where you're watching from. So I'm watching from work in Michigan. I'm watching from my car, all of that stuff. I just want to know, want to say hi to people. Also, make sure you're sharing. Invite somebody else to watch this with you. It's really cool. Today is going to be a really quick one. I'm hoping to be done by 2:30, even though I'm not going to start till 2:05. That way it gives y'all a few minutes to get here. Because, it'll be taking us a minute to get here, and we want to get here. So do that. Now listen. I can't see everybody who's watching. If you don't say nothing, I won't see you. And I be wanting to comment and tell y'all stuff and answer your questions. What I will do once I finish my live, I will go back and answer all the questions that I see here, so that if you have questions, you get a chance to ask them, because that's the other part of what we do as part of the 750 Score Challenge. We do provide free credit education. The thing that I provide free is credit education. So I will discuss credit with you whenever, however, whatever, because I love it. I absolutely love talking about credit. Like that's my thing. I think I was created to talk about credit. It's weird, but I love it that much. Anywho, that being said, I do want to make sure that you're getting accurate information. And if by some miracle you stump me and have a question that I don't have the answer to, I'll actually look it up and get back to you, because I like having information that much. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. Use credit. I got like 2 more groups I got to put this in, and then I'm gonna be ready. I'm excited about today. So make sure you put your questions in there. Make sure you do that. One of the things I ask people to do is tag somebody. Y'all know somebody who's been asking y'all all of these credit questions or giving you all of this credit information? Tag them. Say, hey, this Millie, this the one I was telling you about. That's me. I'll answer their questions too. So I'm gonna drop this down just a little bit so y'all can see my shirt, because that's the most important part that I share. Is this is all sponsored by Credit One USA and the 750 Score Challenge, which is our challenge for change. The motto is better homes, better loans, better opportunities, better communities. Our goal, of course, of the 750 Score Challenge is to provide you with credit education along with a path for credit repair so that you can improve your credit. Hey, Michelle, how are you today, love? So, if this is your first time joining, I'm Millie Gunn. I am a certified financial educator working with Credit One USA as a part of the Talk to Me Tuesday 750 Score Challenge to bring you free credit education information, little quick tips, tidbits, pieces of information, and myth and fact busters to help you to improve and to continue on your journey towards the 750 or better. Now, people always ask why 750, because that's the deal breaker. That's the number where you're actually going to start qualifying for the best interest rates. That's the number where you're almost going to get approved for just about anything. Now, you do have to have a job, so I can't tell you having a 750 score means you can get $1 million loan and you work at Popeyes making $20 a year. That ain't quite how it works. Credit helps you. Credit is not the only thing, but it's a huge proponent to helping you to be on your way towards financial freedom. Hey, Bo! How's the missus and the baby? I ain't seen no pictures today, but of course I haven't been on Facebook that long, Christopher. So, there's that part. Anywho, so what we do here as part of the 750 Score Challenge is we challenge you to get a 750 or better FICO score, not your Vantage score through Credit Karma, but your actual FICO scores, because 90% of lenders use FICO scores, and we want you to have the score that gets you told yes more than no. So with that being said, today's quick topic is Five is how to build your credit fast. I'm gonna give you 5 quick things that I know that works for people, whether you are building and or rebuilding your credit. So yes, this will work for our friends and family members who have went through bankruptcy, as well as our 19-year-olds who ain't had no credit yet. So, and some of these things I have done with my own family members and my 17-year-old daughter. Yes, y'all, she's 17 now. Y'all just keep praying for me because she thinks she's going to be legal this year. And thankfully, I'm in Alabama where I got one more year, but she don't know that quite yet. She think 18 and I can make decisions, but I'm like, yeah, no. Anywho, so getting that out the way, the very first thing that I tell people to do is authorize users. Now, creditors don't really like it because it's piggybacking. And so what happens is, as an authorized user, you get added to someone else's credit card. I normally suggest a Discover, Capital One, never American Express, but a Discover, Capital One, Chase, any of those are good, just not American Express. And I'll tell you why in just a second. But when you do this piggybacking, when you get added to their card, you get the entire history of their card, except for American Express. American Express doesn't go backwards. That's why I said not American Express. So my 17-year-old daughter, I added her to my Discover card. I've had my Discover card for 5, 6 years, which means she was 12, 11 when I got it. But she gets the whole history of that card as if she'd been doing credit since 11, and she hasn't. But what that does is it allows her to start off with a payment history. Now, the importance of payment history is payment history offers you, that's 35% of your score. For a mature credit profile, that means somebody who's established. If you're not established, it's almost like 60% of your score. So she starts off with a great score because she gets the same history as what I had. Now, let me tell y'all the quick drawbacks to that. If I was late, she would get a late payment on her credit report. If I have high utilization, she shows high utilization on her credit report. So when doing an authorized user, it's best, it is imperative, not best. It is critical, imperative, important. Don't do it unless you know the history of the account. Look at it first. Tell them, pull up your Credit Karma. Let me see. Now, I don't believe in their Credit Karma score, but I do know Credit Karma will show you the history of this account. So if they got a late payment, you don't want to get added to that because now your credit's going to have a late payment. If they got a $500 card and their balance is $499, you don't want to get added to that because you're going to have a high balance. However, if they're doing right by their card and they've had it for more than 2 years, because 2 years is the point where it becomes mature, kind of. No, I'm not going to say that. 2 years is the point in which it becomes mature. So if you have it to sit there and they've done right and they add you, you get that history and it looks like you've done right. So you're established and it doesn't count as an inquiry. What is a good credit card to get if you're looking to get a high credit score as a teenager? Good luck with that. So you're not even going to be able to qualify for credit cards till 18 or 19 in some states. Alabama's one of those states where you have to be 19. This is why an authorized user would help. If you have a family, mother, father, aunt, uncle, sister, cousin, godfather, whomever, who can add you as an authorized user, it can help you to establish credit history until you're old enough to qualify for that on your own. But because you're not legally under 18, if you're not legally able to sign consent for credit, you can't get credit. So unless we're talking about 18, 19, in which case you probably want to start with an authorized user card because that's going to give you a boost in your score. And then you're going to turn around and do step 2. Like you literally brought me into step 2. Step 2 is apply for an unsecured credit card. Now, I know if you work at a bank, you got bank friends, or you done talk to a lender about how to build your credit and rebound your credit. They told you to go out and get a secure credit card. That's a bad idea. Now, they told you to go out and get a secure credit card because credit cards impact about 27% of your score. So having a credit card on there is a really, really good thing. Here's the downfall to that. Your credit report is your trust report. It says, how much do I trust you? So in building trust, In building trust, the very first thing that you need to do is be trustworthy. So when you get a secured credit card, 99% of the time, it reports to the credit bureaus as a secured credit card. Now, what a secured credit card says is, I don't trust that they'll pay me back, so I made them pay me up front. Here's the analogy I give people all the time. You're out there with your boo. You get into a car accident because you was texting while driving, but your boo got 4 cars, and you say, "Hey babe, let me borrow a car." And your babe says, "Sure, but this car is worth $5,000, so I'm gonna need you to put $5,000 in the bank. And while you have the card, not only is that $5,000 gonna sit in the bank, and I'm gonna make interest off of it, and you get none, but you're also gonna be responsible for the oil change, the tune up. If any lights come on, you're responsible for that as well, the brakes, and the car insurance." You're like, "Hey babe, we broke up because you playing me, and I'm not gonna get played." So because Boo said that, you don't trust them, and you're like, "Man, please, if you don't trust me with your card, what is we even doing?" But you'll let your bank say, "I don't trust you, so you're gonna have to pay me up front," and you'll be like, "Okay." Don't get used by the boo, and don't get used by the bank. Get you an unsecured credit card. If you can't qualify for an unsecured credit card, you're doing something wrong, and we need to figure out what's holding you back from qualifying. "Millie, why would you say that? Maybe I don't have no credit yet." Well, if you don't have any credit yet, Capital One and Discover are definitely willing to approve you with no credit history, and they don't require security deposits. So there are credit cards you can get even though you haven't had credit before and still have good credit. And you don't have to put money down. If you're putting money down, it's because somebody somewhere doesn't trust you. And what you don't want people saying is, "Shoot, I don't trust her. I made her pay in advance." Where they do that at? No, ma'am. I'm not gonna make you pay in advance. And if I make you pay in advance, be clear, you're never gonna get what you want. Because most people who do secure credit cards will turn around and say, "Oh no, you have to then reapply to get an unsecured credit card." What? You mean I got to get an inquiry? I got to let y'all hold money that y'all gonna use to make money from somebody else, and then you gonna turn around and hit me with another inquiry for me to get something better? Quit playing. If my daughter texts me again, I'm gonna punch her. I am doing my live. You're gonna have to wait, beautiful. Y'all, I don't really punch my daughter. I just said that because she's frustrating me because she done text me 6 times. This is why children need to be in school, and they don't need to get days off for their school being good in basketball. They don't know how to act. So, number 1 is become an authorized user. Number 2, get an unsecured credit card. Now, here's the big thing. Once you get the credit card, that does not mean you got free money and you get to go spend it like crazy. Get the credit card and use it like a debit card. If you don't have $5 in the bank, you don't have $5 on this credit card either. You only have it when you have it in the bank. So if you spend the credit card on Monday, on Tuesday, I need you to send the payment over to the credit card company to clear that thing out. And this is how you're going to improve your credit really quickly. Because they're going to be like, "Oh, they're not using that money. Let me double it. Let me double it. Let me see what they're doing." And they go up and up and up and up. And then boom, you look at it and you got a Capital One card that you opened 4 months ago, and it started with a $200 balance, and you're sitting at $700 already. They do that. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, get you a personal loan. I know this one is crazy to people. People are like, "Why do I need a personal loan? Millie, I got a credit card. There is nothing else that I need. And what I need, I can put on my credit card and boom." But we're building your credit profile. And in building your credit profile, you need diversity. It's like a pretty girl who can also cook and she's smart. You see that? Oh, she's looking more and more like the total package, right? You want to be the total package for credit. So that means 1, we're getting our unsecured credit card. Well, first, we're getting our history built using an authorized user. 2, we're going to turn around and we're going to get our own credit card, but we're using it like a debit card so it don't look like we need this money. We just want to have it. And then we're going to turn around, we're going to get a personal loan. That means I'm diverse. I've mixed my accounts out, so I'm hitting on the credit mix, which is 10% of my credit score. I'm building my length of history, which is 15% of my score, and my utilization is low, which is 27 of that 30% of my score. And then I'm gonna pay it on time, which is 35% of my score. So I'm rocking out in all these areas. And then I get a loan, and I'm like, "So what am I supposed to do with this?" Well, we're going to move straight on to step number 4, which is, I'm going to get to that in just a second, Mika, which is pay that loan off in 3 months. Why did I get this loan if I'm finna pay it off in 3 months? Millie, you told me that my length of history is important. It is, it is, it is. So here's the thing though. We want to establish diversity and we need to build our credit profile up. So we need to get some money that we don't really need and then pay it back. So I look like I pay back my loans and I keep a low balance on my credit card. So it doesn't matter what kind of money you give me. I'm always responsible with it. So that's why it's really important that we're going to use a credit card well, and we're going to pay off that first personal loan. Then if you want to get another loan because you want a car loan or something else like that, then you can do that. Now, I'm going to drop down and answer this question really quickly because this is really important. Mika, Scott is my maiden name. Gunn was my married name. Everything at Credit One is under Gunn, and so that's why it says Gunn up there. But be clear, I'm a Scott. So no, there was no rings or nothing added like that, and there will be no guns ever again. Okay, going back to credit stuff, because that was a no-no. So we're paying off the loan in 4 months. So number 1, we became an authorized user to jump our score up. We turned around and we used that jump score to get our own credit card so we could work on our own stuff now, but we're using it like a debit card so it's not reporting no balances. 3, we turned around and now that we're doing right by our credit card, we got us a personal loan for a couple of dollars, but we don't really need this money. So we're going to pay that off in 3 months, which is step 4. And then we're going to move to step 5, which is I'm no longer applying for credit that I don't need because now my score is good. I'm probably at about a 762. Yeah, I can do math like that. About a 750, 762, sometimes a 780, depending on what I want. And I got a credit card. I've paid off a loan. If I need to get a house, I can get one because I don't have too much on my credit and all of this stuff, Millie only got me 2 inquiries. Oh my goodness. I only got 2 inquiries. I got a credit card. I'm doing well. And then if I want something else, because now we're by month 4, maybe by month 5 or 6, I can then go ahead and give me a second credit card. Or if I want to get a car, I can do that. Anything like that. And then I just maintain it. And then I have good credit. And then whenever I need to do something, I can do it. And I don't have to go say, hey, mommy, will you co-sign for this? Or hey, babe, what you think about if you gotta, and then I make the payments on. So boom, 5 quick steps for you to build your credit. Now, let me get through these questions. So I'm gonna run back up to the top. Y'all bear with me for a minute. Okay, Miss Crystal, she got her to cover. How do you clear up info on the black web? You don't. Guys, this is the thing. A couple years ago, Equifax had a huge data breach. Wendy's, Target, Home Depot, a couple of banks. I think Target just had another one. Their data breaches are left and right. They're happening all the time. And so a lot of people's information is out there on the dark web. And I'm going to just post this really quickly so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Says, so how do you clear it up? You don't, but you do want to monitor your credit profile. So whether you use Credit Karma, Equifax has one, Experian has one, TransUnion has one. Personally, I use Credit Karma and Free Credit Score from Experian as great ways to track my credit profile because everybody's information just about is out there on the dark web. And what you want to do is not necessarily be scared of that, but aware of that, and make sure that you don't see any inquiries that you didn't do or any accounts that you didn't do. Clear indications of that. If you're using a monitoring service, they'll let you know of that. If you get a letter in the mail about applying for something that you didn't apply for, then you do that. Those are things that say, hey, something's happened to my credit. But all you can do at this point is monitor it. It's really no point. They sell you that and kind of scare you so that you'll buy their monitoring service or buy their package where they do it, identity theft and all of that stuff. But the truth is so many people have been a victim of have been exposed and their information out there that there's not really much that you can do to get your information back from there. You just monitor it to make sure nobody uses it. So there's that one. Hey. So Christopher said, by far, Capital One is my favorite credit card. My second favorite card I just got from a credit union, which gives me the best interest rates. I love it. I love credit cards from credit unions. Bank-backed credit cards and those things, they normally give you that. My favorite is Discover. Your favorite can be Capital One. I like the interest rates and the rewards that that Discover gives me. Capital One didn't give me quite as much, but there are some out there, the venture card, that do some things. And depending on what you like to do, it's important that you get the card that works for you. If you're a person who likes to travel, get you a card that's a traveling card. You only fly Delta. Why you ain't got no Delta credit card? Make it work for you. That's how credit cards are supposed to work. So, Jax, we talked about this, teenagers getting credit cards. Number one, you got to be old enough to even get it. Two, the piggybacking, aka authorized user method, works best for that. And then getting you an unsecured credit card and then paying it off and using it like a debit card will always help you. A lot of times I will tell parents of teenagers or young adults who haven't established credit, the best thing to do is get a credit card with them so that you can monitor them, so that by the time that they're doing this on their own, they're prepared for it. You don't want to set your kids up for failure. And if you give them free money when they don't have any means of paying it back, I guarantee you they will run that credit through the ground. That's just what we do. Because listen, what you think is an emergency isn't what they think is an emergency. You give them this credit card and let them have it in, like, hey, you only use this credit card when it's an emergency. Pizza night is an emergency for them. Tacos are an emergency. I gave my daughter my credit card a couple of weeks ago. And I said, hey, you're going out of town, do this. It had a $300 limit on the card she had access to. She used $267 day one. Day one of a week-long trip. She used $267 because getting a new phone case was an emergency to her. It's just stuff that kids do. So what you have to do is teach them and train them on how to use it before giving it to them so that they're responsible for it. Okay, so there's that one. What are your thoughts on Upgrade? I see them promoting credit bureau and crypto incentive. I am not doing it, but I'm sure your followers may be considering it. I hate Upgrade. I hate Upgrade. I hate LendUp, and I hate Self. So, for the record, those are things I will never promote. The reason I won't do it is because they're not in your best interest. Look at the interest rate. The truth is, I am very naive when it comes to cryptocurrency. What I can tell you is I have yet to been able to go to the bank and use cryptocurrency to pay a bill. So, until I can use it to monetize it and you can show me where I can use it to make money, I'm not a fan of that because I can't take risk. I'm not at a point in my life where I just have money to give away. And because I don't have money to give away, I only put it in things that I know are going to give me a return. Even if it's a small return, so a little something is better than nothing. Listen, I'm the person who uses a debit card that gives me 1% back on using my debit purchases because I like money. And I got these two little things at the house that are eating me out of house and home. I'm telling y'all, if anybody wants to adopt a 6'6" boy who don't play sports, I got one for you. But, that's just me. So that's my thing. Hey, Miss Anita. Hey, Chris. How you doing, baby? Look, Mika, we already talked about that. We just going to move straight on past that. So, Christopher said, are creditors aware of these strategies, and do they consider this when increasing your credit scores, or is it based upon a financial algorithm? They are aware of the piggybacking method. They don't like it. And in fact, FICO 10T and 10 that are coming out soon is going to almost do away with it. However, FICO 8 is the most popular version, and they don't do away with it. 9 reduced it, and 10 will probably do away with the piggybacking method. But 8 is popular, and it still works now. And that's why I'm telling you to use it ASAP while you can do this. So definitely use it while you can get away with it so you can build your credit, because unfortunately, the credit industry is forever changing, and every time it changes, I got new information for you. So making sure that you do it and use it the proper way. So yes, they're aware of the strategies, but right now they can't do nothing to stop us. And I love that part. So we do that. So Michelle says, why do they say you don't have enough revolving credit? Okay, so on average, they want you to have between 6 and 10 accounts, and usually 3 or 4 of them need to be revolving, i.e., credit cards, lines of credit, and charge accounts. So if you only have 1 or 2 credit cards, your mix isn't good enough. You don't have enough diversity. It's yeah, I can use that analogy. It's kind of like a guy in the gym. You seen those guys who really big up here and they got these itty bitty little toothpick legs. They're not diverse. They're not spending enough time on their legs. Or those guys who got like really big muscles and a really big stomach. Cause you be out there, with your roids lifting, but you're not working on the rest of this. Y'all seen these. Y'all know I'm talking about these real people. Y'all seen these people out there. The same thing is true with your credit. They want you to have good payment history, as well as good utilization, as well as diversity. So you may have good payment history, meaning you're not late on any of your bills or anything like this. You may also have a good utilization. You got 1 credit card and you don't never use it, so the balance stay at 0, but you don't have a good mix because you don't have enough stuff. So I can't make a really good decision about, like the dude, I can't really tell if you could pick me up. Your arms look like you could pick me up, but your legs might buckle and then we both falling. So I can't really trust you to, lift me like you're supposed to. So I'm gonna need you to work on them legs. If you want to hold all of this, you're going to need to work on them legs. You get what I'm saying? Same thing is true for your credit. If you're going to want to go to the next level, you're going to need to add and diversify your portfolio, which means in your case, you may need to get 1 or 2 more cards. If you have a major credit card, you may want to look at getting a credit card from a credit union or a bank back card, or even getting a store card. If you're a Walmart shopper and you at Walmart every day, you might want to get a Walmart or a Sam's Club card so that you can get that diversity, them legs. Y'all be getting it. Y'all, listen, I give analogies that will last for life, because at the end of the day, credit repair and credit education isn't worth anything if you go out and you leave this live and you forget about it. But if you're talking to somebody 6 months from now and you be like, I remember when she was talking, or you see a dude and he ain't got no legs, you're going to remember this conversation. That's what I'm here for. I want you to remember this. Jocelyn says she loves your Navy. I love my Navy Federal. Like, my Navy Federal thing is the bomb. So that's just a whole thing, listeners. So Mika said, Capital One, Discover, or both. I personally have both. However, you get what works best for you. One of the things that I tell people is your credit profile is as unique as you are. And so when you're looking for credit, you need to get the things that work best for you. I like my Discover because I like cash back. So it works for me. My children are getting older and my son is considering going to UCLA. Y'all pray for me that he don't go out there. But if he does go out there, then I'm going to need to fly. So then I'm going to start looking at travel cards. So next year will be his senior year. Well, no, next year will be his junior year. So we're going to start looking at traveling cards, because if he's going to be out there, I'm going to need some points to pay for these flights, because California is not around the corner and it ain't cheap. So because of that, that's how I look at credit. I look at it to see what makes best sense for me. What's going to get me what I want. I also have a belt card because I got these 2 little teenagers and they like Polo, and Polo is at belt. And at belt, I can get 10% off. And I'm just saying, I don't mind getting free taxes. And then they'll give me other little, and then I get reward dollars and I can use it for other stuff. And I'm saying, so that's how I play with my credit cards. How am I going to get the best reward for this? And so it's based on my lifestyle that I pick my credit cards. I don't just get whoever offers me something. What's in it for me? Because if I'm not getting nothing out the deal, y'all can forget it. Ain't no deal. That's how we work. So somebody said, I use Upgrade 4K limit and the rate is high, but you can pay it back during the month, which is hardly any interest. I don't believe in interest. Like, I'm not giving away money. So for those of you who've used Upgrade, my suggestion is you pay it back really quickly. I'm not giving y'all no interest. So interest ain't in my interest. So I can't afford to give y'all that extra money. I need it for something else. Like I had something that I had to buy with it, and it's something I don't know what it is yet, but it's that. Hey, Mr. Petty is back. You know, you missed me, and I had missed you because it was your anniversary, and I had shouted you out and said happy anniversary a couple weeks ago. But you was out with the boo thing on a Tuesday, and I mean, you know, it was cute or whatever. So yeah, my analogies. I ain't finna talk about y'all in these analogies, but it works. Listen, the analogies are there because I want you guys to know how credit works so that y'all can do this for a lifetime and not just for today. So this is a long one, but it's important. It says, this credit thing is a beach. I reached the highest credit score. I paid off all my credit cards and I only use one, and I paid off ASAP. I have a lot of credit cards still open that I never use, but I'm afraid to close because it'll affect my score. When is a good time to close those accounts? Thanks for educating because we really need it. Oh, you're so welcome. So what I typically say is, after you have those 6 to 10 accounts, some of the accounts will close on their own because of inactivity. So you don't have to do that. Now, the ways I look at it is closing accounts that you don't use and start with those that cost you money. So if you have annual fee credit cards that you don't use, that may be the start to do that. Because they'll do that. Now, typically, if it's your oldest card, unless your average is 10 years or more, I wouldn't shut that thing down. I have this Merrick Bank credit card that I have had since 2014. It got a low limit. I think the annual fee for it is something like $36 a year. I'm keeping that thing. I will have that thing until that number goes stupid high or whatever. I put my little Netflix on it and let it pay off every single month because I need that card because it's the oldest card that I have in my name. Now, I got some cards as old as I am, but that's a whole different story because I believe in that authorized user. I don't just preach it, I actually use it, like the Rogaine commercial. I'm not only your president, I'm also a client. That kind of thing. So I believe in it. So I got some credit cards that is literally as old as I am. But I also have, this is the oldest card in my name. And so I keep that card so that I can continue that longevity so that the average on that card keeps building over time. Now, will I get rid of it? Probably not, but maybe one day. But some of the little rinky-dink cards I had in the middle, like I had a couple of First Premiers, I let them go. That kind of thing. So that's kind of how you want to do it. Keep your oldest ones, and then some of those little rinky dinks in the middle that ain't quite doing nothing for you, you can let them go, and then keep the better cards of that nature. But you only want between 6 to 10. You don't really need 20, 30, 40 credit cards. If y'all doing that, y'all doing the most, and we don't really need to do the most. So Mika said, I have a Capital One, but I really want to go for a Discover too. Tell me why you want Discover. What is the benefit of getting this credit card? Do you have another major credit card? Why are we doing this? Remember, one of the things I said is don't apply for credit unless you have a plan for it. You have either need it. Is this going to be something to build your credit profile? Is this because you need a rewards credit card or something like that? We don't just get one because everybody else has one, because that's not the purpose of credit. We're doing this with a purpose. Remember, the inquiry for this credit card is going to stay on your report for the next 25 months. Are we getting the credit card because we did it to build our credit profile? What are you planning on doing in the next 2 years? If you're planning on buying a house, do you need this credit card? Is it worth shortening your length of history to have this? See, all of those factors go into play before you're getting extra credit. So I want to make sure that you guys are making decisions for long term and not just for the ooh, it's cute right now thing. So that's the purpose of that. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, Mika. These analogies, you just log off. I thought I was doing good. He told me to log off. I've been doing good. Almost got, look at this. Y'all, these be them things that are like, Y'all we're going to give our kudos, our little claps. Because Miss Janelle has paid off almost 2 credit cards. Y'all better love that. Listen, that means she is saving money. That is more money in her pocket because interest is not in your interest. Paying off credit cards means you keep more money in your pocket. And at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to keep our money because we work hard for it. I don't know about y'all, but I get up and I have to be at work at 8 a.m. I know I don't open till 9, but I have to be here early because, my boss is a taskmaster. If y'all know my boss, y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so because of that, I have to be here early, which means I get up literally between 5:30 and 6 o'clock every morning just to get here by 8 o'clock because it's a whole mental process for me. But I say that to say we want to make sure that when we're working this hard and we're taking time away from our children and the things that we love because we have to be here, I want to be here for a purpose. And my purpose is never to pay Discover, Capital One, or anything like that. Don't let that be your purpose. So do it for a reason. I'm not saying you can't get a credit card, but have it for a reason and pay them things off because you want to make sure when you're doing this and you're exchanging your time, which you can't get back, is for something that's worthwhile. So there's that part. Now, you better tell them the truth, Miss Crystal. Miss Crystal said Discover allows you to get pre-qualified before an inquiry. That is true. If you go to the Discover and say, can I qualify? You can do that. And what happens is they will tell you what you qualify for. And if they say unsecured credit card and you're at the stage where that's what you want, go ahead and go for it. If they say you only qualify for a secured credit card, let's do some more work and come back and revisit them. You do have to wait 30 days before your next pre-approval or pre-qualification, but you can do this. And that way you can have a little test dummy. And Discover even actually offers, if you go to Discover Scorecard, they'll actually give you your credit score for Experian for free. So you can go through freecreditscore.com through Experian, or you can go through Discover Scorecard and get that same score. Free. Y'all know I be trying to get y'all the little free freeze because I am thrifty. I'm a nifty, thrifty 750. That means I don't pay for a lot of stuff. So you do that. Somebody said I'm rocking it. I love it. Thanks. My plan is to have Macy's and Walmart paid off this year. Okay. I like it. I like that plan. Y'all, the thing is this, you got to keep your credit goals. Always have a credit goal because the truth is credit is designed to save you money or make you money. And with that in mind, you have to be in a position that they do this. One of the things that creditors do once you start getting credit cards and things is they arbitrarily look in at your credit. It's called an account review. It's not an inquiry, and they get to do it because they got permissible purpose to make sure you're maintaining your credit worthiness. And the other part that they'll do is if you're maintaining or growing your credit worthiness, they'll do this right here. Boom. Increase my limit without me asking. That means she is improving her credit worthiness, and Capital One was like, hey, here's a little more. Maybe this will get you to spend some money with me. If I throw this at you, what's she going to do with this little extra? And see if she can do something with that. And we want them to give us extra. We want them to keep throwing it at us. No, I'm not going to use that analogy. Y'all know I had one, and I knew better. But the thing is, you want them to do that because the more they raise your limit, what they're saying is, I trust you with more. Here's a little bit more. I wonder what she'll do with 5. Oh, she ain't doing right with 300. What's she gonna do with 500? I'm gonna throw 1,000 at her. Oh, she's still doing good. Let me throw 2,000 at her. She's doing good still. Let's see what she do with a $5,000 limit. Okay, she acting right. I can throw 10. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but for personal credit, I've seen $25,000 credit cards. I've seen 28. I've seen $35,000. Yes, you could go out and buy a brand new car on your credit card limits. Those exist, and those just exist for people. And no, this person wasn't a millionaire. You don't have to have oodles and boodles and buckets of money. You do have to have oodles and boodles and buckets of good credit, and that comes from doing well by 300 and 500 and 700 and not maxing that out and not paying that late. And just because it's not 30 days late don't mean it ain't late. Guys, we have to pay cards on time and early. Pay bills on time and early, not I'm gonna catch them before the 30-day late. Yes. So Miss Trina said, so do I go to Discover's website to get a pre-approval? I have my credit blocked so I don't receive junk mail. Yes, you can do that. Now, Miss Trina, one of the things that I will tell you, if you're interested in building your credit profile right now, it may not be the best idea for you to have that file block on there. For guys don't know what she's talking about, if you have a fraud, not a fraud alert, but if you have the block where you don't receive the junk mail and things, of the pre-screened and pre-approved offers, you don't know what offers are available to you, and you may be missing out on opportunities to improve your credit. So that may be something you want to consider removing for a while. So Micah said, oh, I know about that $25,000 limit. I bet you do. Somebody else said, I've been paying twice a month. See that? When you do well, you get rewarded. They're like, let me give her a little something extra because she's doing a little extra. We like extra sometimes. See that? The trick was definitely paying off the balance by the closing statement. Now, here's the thing. If you guys don't know how to come up with your closing statements, it's on your monthly statements. However, this is what I will tell you. If you pay it off as soon as you use it, you don't really got to worry about all that. If I use it on Tuesday and pay it on Wednesday, I ain't really worried about it. Because by the time by the time the transaction goes from pending to post, so did the payment. And there you have it. I paid so many times that they said I reached my limit for paying, and they increased my limit within 30 days of having a card. See, look at that. See? I'm telling y'all, this thing works. These tips work. I don't care who you are, because credit is not a respecter of person. It's a respecter of your habits. These are good credit habits. Now, Christopher, when they do that, let me tell you what you do. You switch it up on them and you start paying from your bank account, because they're not going to refuse your bank account payment. What they will do is stop you from paying on their website. But if you pay from your bank, it'll go over electronically and they'll get it the same day or the next day, and it still counts. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to show y'all. If y'all hang out with me, I'm going to have y'all over here with the 750 Club, and we all going to be chilling up where somebody paid for these drinks. I ain't trying to be funny. I think last month on one card alone, I made $15. That's a drink at Black. A drink. Like, one. That's a whole different conversation. But it's a drink that I don't have to pay for. Or if I combine it with my other ones, I actually use. So listen, y'all, because I've told y'all that I really do believe in not giving up money. I get my nails done, and the place I get my nails done gives me points. And after you reach so many points, you get dollars off. After you reach 500 points, you get $20 off. So I use my credit card that gives me 1% cash back. I normally pay, and I use it. I save up my points for the month, and I pay to get my nails done. And because I spend so much, they actually give me the 500 points. So I went to get my nails done the other day, and I got my nails and my feet done for $60. And then I cashed in the points from my credit card to pay for that, because I used my points that I had made because I buy my groceries on my credit card. And so I get 5% back. Yeah, that's how I do it. And so I kind of like getting my nails and feet done on now. And I appreciate it, because they need to be done. Because y'all will look at somebody's hands and let them have it. I seen the way y'all did Kim Kardashian. Y'all will never catch my nails out there like that. You will not do me like that. I will not be done any kind of way. So that's it. So I'm going to run back through and see if anybody has any questions. If you have some questions, go ahead and pop them up here. I still got a few more minutes. So, as y'all chat with me, I'm going to chat back with you, because I like it. He said, I'm so tough. I don't mean to be tough. Y'all be trying to do right. So So if you have more questions, feel free to post them here. I have a couple different locations where this is going. So because of that, I don't always see all of the comments, but I try to make sure I get through them all. Did I get through them all? Let's see. Cards paid off. I love that kind of stuff. Y'all be doing this. I'm loving it. Y'all know I love it when y'all do real, just for the record. Okay, I think I got everything in there. So that being said, we're just going to go over this really quickly. I'm just going to go back through the 5 steps really quickly for those who may have joined late and need to know what's some quick ways to boost my credit. Number 1 is being an authorized user. I'll get to that as soon as I finish this, Michael. Good point. Number 1 is being an authorized user. Go ahead and get on your mama's uncle's credit card that they've had for 48 years and they've never been late. I don't care that you're only 17. That don't really matter. They don't care either. They'll give you the history of it. And you know that just means you've been doing credit since before you was even a thought. You knew what you wanted to do in life, and that was pay bills on time and early. So first things first is the authorized user. And then once you do the authorized user, you can qualify for your own unsecured credit card. I say unsecured because secured means I don't trust you. And you're definitely working on being trustworthy, so you don't want them telling the story that you're not. So number 1, authorized user. Number 2, unsecured credit card. Number 3, get a personal loan. Bank or credit union. I do not want y'all going to World Omni Finance, Sun Loan, or any of those places and getting it. I want you to get it alone with a reputable company. Okay, and once you do that, then you're going to wait 3 months and then you're going to pay that thing off. In the meantime, you are going to make your payments on time. So let's just say you got a loan for $1,000. You got a loan for $1,000 last Friday. This Friday, go ahead and drop $200 on it. I know your payment ain't due for another 3 weeks. Go ahead, drop $200 on it. Let the other $800 sit in the bank. And then next month, drop $400 on it. And then the third month, go ahead and pay that thing off. It's going to be like $407. Go ahead and pay that off. And boom, just like that, you've built out your credit profile. And you look really, really good on paper. So you're going to pay that loan off, which is step number 4. And number 5, once you do that, now you got a good little mix going on your profile. And you looking kind of attractive. And so you're only going to apply for credit when you need it. And that's it. Now, Michael wanted me to point out a really good thing. There is a huge difference between being pre-approved and actually getting approved. So when you get those little letters in the mail that says you're pre-approved for a loan up to $10,000, that up to is real important because that up to says based on your zip code, what people out here normally get is. It doesn't say that you're going to get it because that's what we call a pre-screened offer. And when you get pre-screened offers in the mail, that means nobody actually looked at your credit. So nobody can see them 17 late payments that you got so that they can say, yeah, but for real, you're not getting nothing. So I don't want you to think of pre-screened offers as a no. Pre-screened offers say, hey, this might be something you can do. And if this might be is in line with what you actually wanted and planned for, then this might be maybe something that you should try. But if this might be is something that you didn't even think about, go ahead and shred that might be. Because that's not even in the plan. It's like me looking at a Chase credit card right now. Chase keeps sending me credit card offers and I keep shredding them because right now I'm not really interested in the Chase credit card. Now, if y'all send me that pre-approved check for $50,000, I'm going to take that. But not a credit card because I don't really want a credit card right now. What I do want is this Audi A8L. It's coming, y'all. It's coming real soon. Coming really soon to a town near you. It's going to be Millie driving around in that cute little thingy with the drop. Anyway, focusing in. But she going to get it. And when she get it, she going to stunt like her daddy. And a couple of other people. And it's going to be really, really nice. So that's my thing. And that's what I want. And so that's my plan. So I'm not interested in another credit card. I'm not interested in a loan. I'm not interested in a house or anything else. This is what I want next. This is the yeah, I'm getting that AAL. It's gonna be a beast. I'm gonna get it in black with the leather and get the whole. I'm sorry. I love this car, and I don't really like cars, so Not cars. Like, I'm a car girl, but I'm an old school car girl, like a 74 Nova, a 64 Impala, stuff like that. Not really like a Benz, Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. I don't really care too much about them. As long as it rides good and it got good shocks, I'm with it. But this car I love, so that's what I'm gonna get. Anywho, you got that. Anyway, so this is my talk for today. If you have any questions or you need assistance with building your credit, you can always reach us at 855-273-3663. You can visit us online at www.creditoneUSA, or just right here on Facebook. Actually, you can message us directly. Give us a minute to respond. It normally takes me about 24 to 48 hours because I just don't be on Facebook like that, because I actually have meetings. I actually have a 3 o'clock meeting and it's 2:51, if that tells y'all anything about my time. So, gotta talk to you about that. Oh man. Michael, don't say nothing that's gonna hurt me. I know you got an Audi. Don't say nothing that's gonna hurt me, because I'll be crushed if my Audi don't come through. But I'm gonna talk to you. See, guys, this is what we do. Part of what we do is a network of opportunities and lending and information. So I share with you the information that I have, and you guys are invited to share the information that you have. And if you want to talk to us about that, I love you for that. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there so everybody knows. If you have Credit One USA questions, contact us at Credit One USA. You can do it on the website. You can give us a call. You can inbox Credit One USA, but please, please, please do not inbox me directly. I can promise you, you won't get a response because I just don't check it. And when I do check it, it'd be a whole bunch of non-important and other stuff in there that I'm not finna go through. So inbox Credit One USA, not Millie. You can also catch us on Instagram as well at Credit One USA. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's Talk to Me Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you all right here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Okay, that means wear your mask, use a sanitizer, practice your social distancing, get your shots, get your test. I know they're doing them free COVID test kits. So if you ain't got one in the mail, y'all need to sign up and get you one of them free tests in the mail, just in case you got a little cough going and you don't know what it is. Go ahead and take you one of them at-home tests and get it figured out. But take care of yourselves and each other. And if you need credit tips, we're here for you. So long for now.